Hey guys, Joanne here with Newegg TV. I'm here to do an overview on this Sentey Extreme Division Series Abaddom mid-tower computer case. These are the accessories included in the box. We have your product warranty, user manual, and a couple zip ties for managing all those cables, a PCI bracket, motherboard speaker, and here's a packet of motherboard standoffs and drive mounting screws. And finally, we have some plastic standoffs. This case is made of steel with some plastic, and on the bottom half we have some mesh grill here for airflow, and it's where your pre-installed 120mm blue LED fan sits. And in the top half, we have four 5¼ inch drive bays. It uses a spring-loaded mechanism, so it's meant to be kept on even after you install your optical drives. And this button is meant to push the eject button on your drive, so this cover will come down, and your drive should eject. On this side, we have a pop-out mesh grill with a removable dust filter inside if you take off the screws on the inside of the side panel, which I'll show you in just a moment. And there is a pre-installed 180mm blue LED fan. Finally, on the back, we have a pre-installed 120mm black fan that is not LED, and a knockout for your input-output shield for your motherboard, 2, 4, 6, 7 expansion slots, and it uses a toolless design. Just pop it out like this to lock and unlock your graphics card. And just below that, we have a bottom Psu mount. I've already removed the front bezel by gripping the bottom and just pulling. And on the back of it, there is a dust filter that you'll be able to remove and clean. Here is your 120mm LED fan. At the top of the case, we have your power button, hard drive indicator light, reset button, 4 USB 2.0 ports, your headphone and microphone jacks, and 2 fan speed controllers. And over here, we have a removable top cover with dust filter inside. And beneath is a pre-installed 120mm blue LED fan. You have the option to mount a second one, and the mounts are spaced properly, so you can install a 240mm radiator if you so wish. However, you'll have to mount it from inside the case and have the fans resting on top. And if you do that, you'll have to remove this top cover and keep it off. On the bottom of the case, we have some raised feet for airflow, some ventilation holes to cool your hard drive cage, and a removable dust filter, which is always nice to have around. And here is a mount for a 120mm fan, and as well as an 80mm fan, and this is where your power supply sits. Here's a look at the right side of the case. We have a cutout for your aftermarket heatsink, a Molex plug for your top fan, a couple holes to thread your cables through, and tie-down points to manage all those cables with zip ties, a Molex plug for your front fan, and this is the business end of your drive mounts. Now for a look at the interior. But first, here is your 180mm fan that I mentioned earlier. And just simply remove these 2 screws and pop back these latches here to take off this area if you want to remove the dust filter or the fan. Inside, here is your 120mm fan that I mentioned earlier, and its Molex plug. And let me just tip this case. Here is your 120mm top fan. And this case supports ATX and micro ATX motherboards. And these are a bunch of the front panel connectors. Here are your audio connectors, 2 USB 2.0 connectors for your 4 ports up at the top, and these are your power, reset, and LED connectors, all nicely zip tied together, which I like. And these are your fan 1 and 2 and power Molex plugs for the fan speed controllers, also at the top of the case. And on the right side, we have your 4 5¼ inch drive bays. It is a toolless design, simply twist to remove. And just below that, we have your 4 drive mounts for your 3.5-inch drives, and there are mounting points for your 2.5-inch drives as well, and they are made of aluminum and plastic. Here's a demo of what this case looks like once your blue LED fans are lit up. And this is the front of the case with the fan. And here's a side view. And finally, let me tip this, the top fan. That wraps up our overview on this Sentey Extreme Division Series Abaddom mid-tower computer case. I'm Joanne, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our Newegg YouTube channel. Thanks for watching Newegg TV, and we'll see you next time.